All right, good morning there, EM411 Project Management Warriors. Just about finished grading most of your deliverable number twos, and there's one thing that I'm finding out, almost universally, you guys suck out loud at calculating planned value. So let me walk you back through this one last time. We're gonna do a little group AI here. Hopefully that'll help you out for the T and then beyond. All right, first thing to remember is that for planned value and scheduled time, they're kind of like first cousins of each other. And with both of them, you have your plan, and you have one piece of information, and then you need to kind of guess at the other. All right, so with scheduled time, it's like we pretend that we are in a nice corner office with a bunch of windows and we can see our job site, but we don't have a calendar. All right, I'm gonna look outside and I'm gonna say, well, I can see X, Y, and Z are finished. Well, what time should it be? If I look at my plan and I say, oh, well, I see the foundation is finished. I look at my plan. Oh, well, that was supposed to be done around day 10. Okay, well, my scheduled time is day 10. I don't have a calendar, but I can guess at that. Planned value is the opposite. I'm in a windowless office, and I have a calendar. So if I know that on my calendar it's day 25, well, I look at my plan and I say, well, I should have the foundation poured, I should have half of the walls up, and I should have the windows starting to go in. All right, so that's what I expect to see. That's what I plan to have done when I finally go look out a window somewhere. It looks like this if we bounce these two off of each other. All right, we've got a typical Gantt chart with our timeline up here at the top. We'll say day 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. All right, that's my timeline. And then maybe I've got some tasks down here. All right, so I've got, we'll say task A is right there, task B is right there, we have C right here, and maybe we have a little task D right here. All right, so those are my task names, and we're going to pretend that here's what we've actually gotten accomplished. All right, I've finished, we'll call this this is a $100,000 task. That's my budget value. That's not what's actually been earned, all right? So this is budget. This one's got a budget of 80K. We'll say this is a $200,000 task. That's what I've budgeted for it in my plan. And this is a $50,000 task right here. And we've gotten most of this 100K task done. We've got, we'll say about, I don't know, 5/8 of my 80K task done. Actually, I don't have any of this $200,000 task done. And I've got a little bit, I just started on my 50K task right here, all right? Maybe it's, I don't know, 2/5 of the way done. So for earned value, I look at what's actually been finished. We'll say 80% of a $100,000 task is done. I've earned $80,000. 50%, or I'm sorry, 5/8, so 62.5% of an $80,000 task is done. I've earned 5/8 of that. I've earned $50,000. I haven't done anything of this $200,000 task. I've earned $0. And I've done, we'll say, 2/5 of this $50,000 task, so I've earned $20,000. So earned value for each of these. We'll say that was 80%. We'll say this one was 62.5%. This is 0%. And this is 40%. So I've earned 80K. I've earned 50K. I've earned nothing. I haven't done anything. And I've earned 50, 40, let's see, 40%, 20, 40, so 20K. My total earned value is 80 plus 50, there you go, so 150K. Planned value. Again, I'm in the windowless office, but I have a calendar. So let's say we're on day 4. what do I expect to see done when I look out my window? Starting at the timeline, I'm working my way down into the Gantt chart. I expect to see all of this 100K task done. I don't know whether I actually have it all done or not, but I plan to see it all finished. I plan to have earned 100K of this 100K task. I plan to have earned, I don't know, we'll say 3/4 of this 80K task. Maybe I plan to have earned 10% of this 200K task. And I plan to have earned all of this 50K task. 100, 210. My planned value is $230,000. Schedule time is going to be a little bit more complicated, but it's just the flip side. I look out my window and I see what's actually been done, and I say, all right, well, what should I see on my calendar right now? Well, that's been done, that's been done, that's been done. So maybe I'll draw, like say I'm going to take the average. All right, so we'll say right there, and I go, what should I see on my calendar? It should be a little bit past day 3, maybe day 3.5. That's scheduling time. So planned value is I start with my plan, and I start with my watch, and I look to see, what do I expect to see out my window? Schedule time, I start with my plan, I look out my window, what's actually been done, what should I see on my watch? If you got any questions, I'm in 301. Thanks, beat the dean.